Here are the past picks now of David Burrows, president of Barometer Capital Management. October 27th is when these were made by David. Baytex Energy, which he just mentioned, 38.26. BTE is the ticker. It's up a cool 44%, and you're liking your investment and still holding it.
Yeah, we continue to buy it today. This is, I think, one of the great growth stories in the Canadian market with very low costs.
And as you said, a healthy yield as well.
Yeah, and if you can get yield plus a little inflation protection, I think that's pretty good. And we prefer to own energy yield-oriented names to financials yield-oriented names.
All right, Magna was trading at 92.06, and you got out of this in the springtime at $50. There was a split in November of 2010. So we've got you down 16. Well, year over year is down 16%, but you did. Okay, you made some money on this?
Yeah, we made some money on this. As I think a lot of folks know, we started moving to cash in the spring and early summer of this year as the market started to weaken, and this was one of the casualties, as many other positions were.
But aside from that, it performed like you wanted it to, essentially?
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, we think that the auto space is a good one to be in this recovery. And Magna did a great job of making acquisitions going through the recession. They made some good purchases, and they became that much more important to the auto producers because there's just fewer suppliers today. So they've got some issues that they're dealing with in Europe right now to become a little bit more efficient. But I think the North American business is very strong.
Brookfield Office Properties, you also recommended just under $18 last October. You get out of this one in the springtime at $17. So how'd you do on this?
Well, we lost a little bit of money on this one. REITs continue to be one of our very biggest weightings. They're about 15% of our income portfolio. In our equity portfolio, it's a significant weight as well. This was one that was a casualty along the way as we were raising a little bit of cash. It's a company you could buy today. You know, solid office properties, solid yield, great operator. It's one you could own. We happen to own some others right now.
We had Dennis Mitchell on the other day from Century, and he was not so much pounding the table, but that was a top pick for him. He thought the valuation was really attractive at these levels. You
know, they've just got great assets. And ultimately, you look at the assets that a REIT owns or a real estate company owns, and this is one that's very attractive.
David, we looked at a couple of stocks here that you exited. I'm wondering if you have any advice for viewers on how to be disciplined when you sell a stock.
Well, so we really believe in identifying an exit before you enter, so that you know where you're going to admit maybe you're wrong. Because we know at the end of the day, investing is not about being perfect. We're all going to make lots of mistakes. You just got to make sure they're little ones, not big ones. And in our business, we take care of families. Their big fear is losing the money, not underperforming the market. So we set stops, and we live and die by them. We get whipped out of positions from time to time.
Yep.
But we happen to use point and figure charts to identify inflection points where our odds of success change. There's lots of ways to do it, but stops, I think, are important.
All right, David. Brookfield Office Properties, Magna, and Baytex Energy. Those are your past picks. You are still in one of them, and that is Baytex. We'll get David's top picks in a while, but we've got a half an hour to go. We'll take some more calls and emails right after this break for David on North America.
We get it. We're parents.
When they get old.